Welcome to Behind the Line, where we pull back the curtain on the challenges facing first responders and frontline workers. The work you do is unique, and so are the stresses that go with it. Join me as we tackle key issues to reduce risks for burnout, and as we work to support you in doing the job you love without sacrificing being the kind of person you want to be. Hey there, and welcome back to Behind the Line. I'm your host, Lindsay Faas. If you're new to Behind the Line, what you should know about me is that I'm a clinical counselor specializing in trauma therapy. And after over a decade working with first responders and frontline workers around issues like burnout, compassion fatigue, PTSD, and related OSIs, I've become a passionate wellness advocate and educator for those who sacrifice so much for our communities out on the front lines. Behind the Line is a place for us to talk about the real life behind the scenes challenges facing you on the front lines. I created this podcast with the hope of bringing easy access to skills for wellness, allowing you to find greater sustainability both on the job and off. All right, friends, how are you doing? How's December going for you so far? Kids are nearing their holidays. Where we live, they finish up school at the end of this week. I'm always curious about those who are early Christmas shoppers versus last-minute shoppers. Where do you fall in the midst of it? How's it going so far? Last week, we opened the conversation of finding quiet in the chaos of the holiday season and working to shape the expectations we allow to have placed on us to be more reflective of who we want to be, what feels important to us, and what we choose for ourselves during this season. I shared that our family loves a lot of really meaningful traditions and rituals, and I already feel like we are well into them. We have our tree up and decorated, the lights up on the house, and this past weekend marked the 4th annual Faas Family Sing-along Christmas party, barring the couple of years we missed from COVID. If you don't know, I'm married to a musician, a trained jazz pianist, and music is a huge part of our holidays. The Faas Family Sing-along is a family favorite event, but it's one I will admit I have had to practice loving. I mentioned last episode that I'm something of a perfectionist, and if I reflect on my family upbringing, one of my early learnings was to be stressed out about how others perceive your home. My mom was always really conscientious about people coming to our home, scrubbing every surface and having everything pristine before anyone arrived. I absolutely inherited this pressure to have everything look just so. And I've had to work hard at reducing the pressure I put on myself in this area. Because if I let myself, I will rob the experience of every ounce of joy by being so stressed out about small things out of place or stains I can't get out and how others might judge me. What I've realized is that no one has time or interest in caring much at all about what my house looks like. Barring stinky, gross mess, I think most people are just thrilled to have something fun to do with people they like and could care less about whether my bathroom vent has been scrubbed until it's shining or if my ceiling fan has some dust on it. And yes, that is the level of pressure I once held for myself. People love our sing-along for the family-friendly vibe, the fun games and atmosphere, and the yummy food and good company. I love our sing-along for those same reasons. Each year, I work to simplify the food so it's delicious but doesn't keep me handcuffed to the stove, missing out on time with our people. I work to simplify the process so that I can focus on what matters when it matters most and have a lot of it done and out of the way so I can really enjoy being in the moment. What a lot of it boils down to is values. Last week, we talked about expectations, and these emerge from the values we hold. Now, our values can be decided by us, but they can also be dictated by our histories and the values others have laid upon us. We have to interact intentionally and question our values to be sure that we are living by values that feel truly aligned with the kinds of people we choose to be in the world. While I still value cleanliness, I have scaled that value to know that I value people more. I value relationships more. I value being in connection more. And so whether or not my home is pristine, I will not allow that to dissuade me from inviting people to come be in my life. I will not have a standard of perfection that separates me from connections I care about. I continue to value how people think of me, but no longer fear them thinking poorly of me. Instead, I think that people are either in alignment with what I value or perhaps not. And if not, I'm not prepared to twist myself into a pretzel to fit their values and expectations. If that means releasing some relationships where we're not aligned and serving each other well, that's okay with me. It leaves more room for the people who are really on the journey of life with me. Behind the Line is sponsored by Beating the Breaking Point. Beating the Breaking Point is a 7-part online training program designed specifically for first responders and frontline workers, and tailored to fill the gaps in your training to support resilience and sustainability. Whether you're new to the work and wanting to cultivate tools to prevent burnout, compassion fatigue, and related concerns, or you are deep into your years on the job and have gone a few rounds with burnout and other mental health challenges, this program offers the foundational pieces you need to support personal and professional wellness for the long haul. You are a helper. You love your work and you sacrifice a lot. Investing in you and your sustainability is the best gift you can give yourself and those who lean on you. We make this program as risk-free as possible by offering a limited money-back guarantee to ensure that it's a fit for you. If you enjoy Behind the Line, you are going to love this program. Google Beating the Breaking Point Lindsay and find everything you need to get started, or use the link in the show notes. Now, back to the episode. At the end of the day, what do you want to be known and remembered for? What stands out as most important to you? What is the legacy you long to leave? Now, take these values and refine them to how they show up in the holiday season specifically. If you value caring for people, for example, what does this look like at the holidays? Does it look like expensive gifts or engaging from a place of service? If you value quiet time to yourself, how does this show up in the holiday season? Are you overcommitted and need to scale back? Or have you done a great job setting time aside to meet your needs? Do you have values that feel in opposition to one another or mutually exclusive? What does it look like to try to balance these or meet a little bit of each need during the holidays? As you refine your values, you will be able to more intentionally choose what to say yes to, what to say no to, and where to put your time and energy. It won't mean that there aren't lots of invitations to spend your time and energy in a whole bunch of different places that are totally out of alignment. The invitation will be there, but it will be a little bit easier to decide what you sacrifice for and what you don't. You'll have a better capacity to hold boundaries that allow you to exit the holidays feeling like you lived that out really well and got what you needed from them, rather than reflecting on them from a place of, oh, thank God that's over. As we wrap up today, I want to remind you to please reach out and connect if you have any questions or feedback. Yes, even over the holidays. You know I love hearing from you and shaping this podcast to echo your needs and interests. I love hearing about what you're working on and how you're using what we talk about on the show. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Lindsay A. Faas, where you can follow me or tag me, or you can email me at support@thrive-life.ca. The biggest gift you can give me for the holidays this year is to please continue to share this podcast resource with those you know. And thank you to those who do. Know that we can be found online on our website, on most major podcast platforms, as well as on YouTube. We make all of our resources available to you because the work you do matters. But more than that, you matter. And we want to make sure that you have what you need to keep up the good work at work, as well as in your real life outside of work. So use it and share it. And until next time, stay safe.